la maravillosa Mónica Bellucci. También Justin Theroux. Fuerte aplauso. Y el productor Tommy Harper. Un fuerte aplauso para que empecemos con esta conferencia de prensa, por favor. Welcome, guys. You can have a seat. We're so excited to have you here. I mean, you can see here we have a girl dressed up as Lydia. We are huge fans of Beetlejuice in Mexico City. So first of all, welcome for the cast, for the crew. So I wanted to ask you how Beetlejuice has followed you in your life, in your career, how he has stuck with you and somehow led you to make this movie and be a part of this movie again.
Well, for me, I mean, nostalgia is a strange word. I
manages to embrace the weirdness. So, Mr. Michael Keaton, how was it for you to step back again in the set of Beetlejuice and coming to create this character once again?
It was more difficult than I anticipated.
I worked with before, people knew people, but it just felt like a weird family reunion or a weird wedding or a weird, beautiful weird event.
That's nice. And speaking about family, a new member of this weird and amazing family is Jenna. And we have a question from Julieta, from Skyview, Mexico. I don't know if she's around, but she wanted to know, what challenges did you face in creating Lydia's daughter, Astrid, and giving her a personality of her own?
Well, I think it's pretty difficult to be related to Winona Ryder just because she's so cool and effortless in everything that she does. And Lydia, obviously, is such a beloved character that I think being related to her in any way there was naturally pressure there. But for me, I think it was nice because I think Astrid was written so beautifully, and it's actually really easy to see where she's coming from. She's kind of embarrassed about her mom's success and fame, and she misses her dad. She lost her father. They kind of have a weird relationship. She was sent off to boarding school. So for me, it was just kind of looking more into that, and then obviously bonding with Winona as much as I possibly could. And we just made sure we had good chemistry and things like that, which was super easy with her. And then I think it just kind of fell into place naturally.
Was there something you did in order to create this chemistry, like something, a special activity or something?
No, I think it was like 3 days into filming or something like that. And Winona and I sat down and finally had time to have an actual conversation. It all kind of came together so quickly. But as soon as we started talking, we just did not move. It felt like for hours. And then we would go to her place or she would come to mine, and then the same thing. Haven't touched phones, haven't gone to the bathroom, had a drink of water, anything. It was incredible. We can't stop.
That's amazing. Yeah, I think with Jane on screen, the chemistry that you both have. And Monica, many people have seen the poster and made so many theories about your character. So many theories. But we have a question from Gustavo Hernandez from Cinemex that he asked, what was it like to prepare for entering Tim Burton's world and specifically stepping into this role, mysterious role of Dolores?
Dolores is a soul-sucking demon. We can say much because I know there are some journalists, they haven't seen the movie yet. All I can say is that Tim told me, I have a key role in this movie for which I thought about you. And of course, I was very happy to accept it, to play it. We should ask why he thought about me, actually.
I think this role is soul-sucking.
Soul-sucking. And
typecast.
All I can say is that I'm really honored to be part of this amazing cast, really, and enter into Tim's world. So beautiful, poetic, and magical. So I'm part of the new characters, like you. That's right. Thank you. Anyway, we're so happy to be here. Thank you.
And I love how you mentioned it, Monica, like entering Tim world, because I believe it's like a whole fantasy to be a part of Tim Burton's movie, to enter his mind. And Justin, you are also becoming part of this character in the movie. And I think that Tim's character are anything but ordinary. And although your character is a little bit aside from the Deeds family and he can kind of judge what they're doing, he also has some traits of his own. So how was it for you to create this character that it feels like normal but weird at the same time?
He's really, I had to just jump in because the script was good, but everybody really added to it. That was the beautiful thing for me, was like in the spirit of the first one, there was a lot of improv, there was a lot of people really on a daily basis coming up with things.
I say the most fun thing was I never once would ask the question, make the statement, well, my character wouldn't do that. My character could do anything.
It sounds like a great freedom as an actor.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And it sounds so surreal as well, stepping into this world. And Jenna, this is the second time you get to collaborate with Tim. And it's also the second time you collaborate with him in such an iconic title, right? So, of course, there are like a lot of expectations from the audience, from everyone. But I wanted to ask you, how do you manage your own expectations when you have to be a part of something like this big?
Oh, I try.
No.
No, I was so confused. So confused. Also, what I'll say about this one that I think people might really enjoy, but I personally enjoyed, especially getting to play that out with
The dramatic essence, right?
Right.
How to manage that. Well, you did it amazing. Congratulations.
Gracias.
And we have a question for Mónica from Aaron Navarro de La Crónica de Hoy. Well, we mentioned that you are a villain, Simon Soul Sucker, right? But he wants to know.
I don't say this anymore. I'm going to say she's a demon. No, although I can say that she has scars, and we all have emotional scars. And she's a metaphor some way, but it's
Peculiar one.
It was just fun.
I love it. And you have mentioned so many details, and it's a question again for our team from Pamela Cortés de La Cinemafia. Since you are a filmmaker who has a deep love for Mexico, a country which actually has a profound connection to death, how has this inspired you, your work on the film and throughout your career? Yes. Michael, as I mentioned in the introduction of this press conference, we only get to see 17 minutes of your character, and that was more than enough to make him an icon. I mean, not more than enough, like I cannot stand this guy, just more than enough to make him an icon. It was the best 17 minutes, I guess. They were the best. But
See what I mean about him?
I wanted to ask you, was there something you were eager to explore in the first film that you were able to do in the second one?
Kind of show up and do it, the function like you're supposed to function, but really it was, wasn't. I don't want to say I didn't have to carry the weight, but I didn't have to carry the weight in the first one. It's spread out a lot more in terms of folks stepping up and doing what they do.
All right. And Jenna, there's a line that Astrid has that is, I think it's fascinating. She says something like, the afterlife is so random. And I think that you're going to be also the voice for a new generation who maybe hasn't seen Beetlejuice. So I wanted to ask you, how do you think that this movie is going to reach a new generation?
Oh, man. That's such a good question. Well, I'm trying to think. Well, I think there's something... I think a lot of people are fascinated by death and what happens, after. And we live kind of in a strange time right now. So I think that for young people who aren't familiar with the original film and maybe aren't used to seeing something so kind of creative and heightened and funny, but still talking about serious issues like that, I think it's really sweet and a really good balance of, it's a good way to laugh at it and the fact that it's going to happen to everyone. So I think, I don't know that I would say I'm the voice of the next generation or anything, but yes. I feel really, really grateful to be a part of this because I feel like this is what young people need now.